Hello, this is Eileen, your integrative health practitioner. So today, wanted to ask actually a few questions. Have you actually started to change how you eat? Are you beginning to eat more fruits and veggies, more healthy grains, more healthy nuts? I'm going to say kudos to you. That's definitely half the battle. But the other question I wanted to ask, so how are you feeling now that you've made some of those changes? Some of you are going to be feeling great, and I'm happy about that. But there's a certain population that actually I'm addressing here in this video that are saying, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing everything right, and I'm not feeling well. I have joint pain, I have muscle soreness, I have brain fog, I'm tired all the time, I'm constipated, I can't sleep well, and I have skin rashes. Now, you might not have all these symptoms that I just named, but you're beginning to feel one or more of these kind of symptoms, and you're asking, what's going on? I'm eating better than ever, but these things are happening and I'm not feeling well. You know, a lot of times if you, for instance, have joint pain, and the typical thing is, you're going to take maybe Advil or Motrin or put on a pain relieving kind of a gel. You're going to try to get a massage, but none of these things are helping. You can name each one of these kind of symptoms that I named and try to address them, and notice that nothing is really helping because there's something else happening. And what I'm going to say, it could be some of the healthy food that you're eating. Some of that healthy food may not be healthy for you. It's actually making you hurt, and it's making you feel sick. And if you kept going, it might actually really make you sick. And this is an important video that I'm trying to make you aware of so that you kind of know what foods either to stay away from, maybe temporarily, or altogether. What might be happening is that you might have, first of all, a food sensitivity, or you might be eating foods that fall under a category called oxalates. Oxalates, for example, are in spinach, and maybe you're including that in your smoothie in the morning, and you're doing it every day. Or you might be eating a spinach salad. There's different other foods that fall under the oxalate category, and just to name a few: kale, Swiss chard, berries, chocolate, potatoes, like I said, nuts, macadamia nuts, and different things like that, beans, and actually even coffee and tea. Now, some are real high in oxalates and some are a little lower, but there's a whole, I'll probably after this video, I'm going to provide a link that lets you see the whole list of foods that fall under the category of oxalates. Oxalates are a naturally occurring compound in these healthy foods. So it's not necessarily bad, because in normal circumstances, you can eat these kind of foods, and our bodies don't use oxalates. They digest them and excrete them. But if you have a situation where you have gut dysfunction, and a lot of us do these days because of the different antibiotics and the different preservatives and chemicals, and we've created a situation where we have more bad bacteria in our intestines, because you're supposed to actually have both, a balance of the good bacteria and a balance of the bad bacteria. But when you're doing things like the antibiotics and the preservatives and the chemicals, and some of the foods that are just not good for us, the stress that we're under, that creates a situation where there's more bad bacteria. And no matter what you're eating, it's not good, because you're not able to absorb the nutrients from the food that you're eating, first of all. So you're not feeling well because you're not getting good nutrients. But when you're eating these high oxalate foods in particular, they cannot be broken down in your digestive system to be excreted out. And what happens over time, the oxalate level starts to build up and build up and build up, and they form crystals in different parts of your body. So if you start, for example, to feel joint pain, and nothing is helping to get rid of that joint pain, because like I said, maybe you're taking Motrin or Advil, or you're putting on something that is supposed to help you to get rid of that joint pain. Again, nothing is helping. And this goes on and on. But if you don't get this checked out, what begins to happen is that they continue to build up and actually will form crystals in your kidneys, and they form kidney stones. Now, that is the worst case scenario. But these symptoms that I've been talking to you about, the brain fog, feeling tired all the time, these crystals, because they cannot be excreted, they just keep building and building and building up in your body. You need to be aware of that. And it's not that this is a worst case scenario, because we can do something about it. And that's why I'm bringing it up in this video here. First, we need to test to see what's going on. There are 2 tests that I can help you run. They're at-home lab tests and they're functional medicine lab tests. The first test is what's called a food sensitivity test, and it tests for over 190 foods to see how sensitive you are to them. You might have a high sensitivity to them, a moderate sensitivity to them, or a light sensitivity to them. That would tell us if you need to eliminate the food completely or just temporarily. The second lab test we can run is called the Candida Metabolic and Vitamin Test. That will show me 67 markers, which include oxalate levels. We will be able to see what your oxalate level is. We will also be able, there's markers in there that will tell us your gut health. We will be able to see if you have overgrown bacteria, overgrown yeast, overgrown fungus, overgrown mold. These are important markers to know, so that, yes, these are the situations that you will not be able to digest food in general properly, let alone the oxalates. And that, yes, in combination with your gut health information, with the oxalate levels, we will be able to determine what's the next action to take. Based on these findings, there are protocols that I can provide you that will get you to have a healthy gut again, so that not only can you absorb now the nutrients in all of your food, but that we can possibly reintroduce these foods that have the oxalates, and they won't have those reactions that maybe you're having currently. So these are tests that, my saying is, don't guess, test. Don't just eliminate the foods arbitrarily on your own. The only way to find out if this is the situation that you are in, we need to test and find out, because there's also a lot of other markers on these tests that are going to let us know other information that you need to know. Because I hope it's your bottom line, because it's my bottom line. It's about staying as healthy as you can for as long as you can. Hope you found this information helpful. Talk to you soon.